Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the 15th layout using the Mayhip kit, and I'm showing you some of the stuff that I'm going to be using. And I had quite a bit of pink left. I had that Dear Lizzie from the Fine and Dandy paper collection, which is the white with a polka dot. Oh, absolutely love that pattern paper. I guess I'm not going to show you everything that I put aside for this kit. Or for this page, I was just ready to go. I went on this day that I was off for a few days, and that's from Citrus Bliss Pink Paisley. And I cut off all the branding strips and for a previous layout, and now I just kind of have to guess what the pattern papers are from. But anyway, I'm kind of all over the place here. Um, so I had a bunch of pink pattern papers left, and I want to use it because I when I start a kit, my goal is to always kill it, like to use as many things as possible. When I put the stuff away, I don't mind if there's embellishments, but pattern paper, I don't want any. And it's funny because one of the DIY embellishments, I needed scraps of pattern papers and I had none. I had to dig in some 6x6 pattern papers, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather that than have, a ton of leftovers. I'd rather use everything to its fullest, that I'm just like, okay, I'm done with it. And another thing it does, it kind of makes, I find for me, it makes me put color combinations that maybe I may not have put together, because these pattern papers were all put together and I'm trying to, like I said, use it up. So I'm trying to find color combos that maybe would not jump out at me if I was just looking through my whole stash. And I mentioned a few times before, I guess in a month, I have almost 3 weeks off to work. I planned that way back because at our work we have to choose our vacations in April for the whole year. So this April of 2015, I had to plan my whole year. So I took, of course, 2 weeks in July where we're going to go on vacation. And later on in the video, I'll tell you where we decided to go. We finally decided, we leave in 3 days and we decided where we're going. And then I booked off, I think it's like 18 days in August, and it's so that I can work on the class that I've been talking about well, I started a year ago and then I kind of put it on the back burner because I just wanted to make sure that I put in the time that it deserved into the class. And I will be putting a kit together. I've had so many questions about that. So that's going to be a class that I'm going to be putting a kit together, and we're going to go through it together. I'm not live, but it's going to be in real time how I going to put the kit together, and then how I choose the pattern papers and how I go about starting off with the kit, and then kind of my thought process, how I organize it, everything. So be looking out for that. I'm hoping to have it released in September. I'm going to have my hubby help me out on figuring out, how to go about releasing it and all this stuff. But be looking out for that, and I plan on making it affordable so that everyone can afford it, And so be looking out for that. I don't know how I got on this rabbit trail, but I just love using every single inch of pattern paper is what it boils down to. So for this one here, I pulled everything that was gray and pink. And I love gray and pink together. It's just so soft. It just adds a lot of softness to the whole layout. Now this time I felt like putting a border at the top and the bottom, so I had some scraps of that gray and white pattern paper, and I believe that's Citrus Bliss too. Yes, from Pink Paisley. And I kind of cut it on an angle, and then I cut a smaller strip of that pink pattern paper, and it looks like little diamonds, and that's also from Citrus Bliss. The back side of that pattern paper is sort of the slices of lemons, and so I'm just going to put, so the angles at the top and the bottom are different. And I like that. It really frames the page. So on the right side, the angle is lower, and on the left side, the angle is higher. So it really sort of frames the page from left to right. And I love that. And actually, I was kind of thinking that because this kit had a lot of citrus and stuff, I was going to do a page about how I love lemons. And I didn't end up doing it. I didn't have a picture of it, obviously. And I think I talked about that on a previous layout, how you kind of arrange stuff because of products that you have. And I meant to do it and just been so busy getting ready for vacation. And I have worked a ton. I figured out since the 12th of June till today's the 30th, I have had 4 days off, and they have not all been together. It's 1 day, 2 days, and 1 day. So I have been at work almost for the entire last 2 weeks of June, and I've been putting, I'm there 13 hours as it is, and some days I went in 2 hours early, so I was there like 15 hours. So been putting quite a bit of time at work. So just trying to get these videos. These pages have been done forever. I think I was done by June 12th. I was done the May kit. Pretty much. I think I only had a couple left. So now I've just been trying to get these videos onto iMovie so that I can have videos uploaded every second day while I'm gone. So if you guys won't even feel that I have been gone. You'll just keep seeing a video every second day, because most places where you go, you can always connect to Wi-Fi. So then all I'll have to do is release the videos every second day, and I can make sure to do that. And so that'll be fun, that it's like I'm not even gone. So anyway, back to the layout. I put some clear gesso on the layout because I didn't want to change the color. Then I added some distress stain and sponge sugar. I added some water and added it to the top right, bottom left of the layout. Now I'm adding some paint to my stamping block and some modeling paste, but I'm going to find it's too light, and I keep adding paint, and I'm like, oh, maybe if my modeling paste would be white instead of gray, it would have been enough. But this cheap modeling paste almost looks gray. So then I went into my stash and just grabbed a really bright pink paint, and now it's going to stand out more on the layout, and I like that a lot more. I think I found that it was a little too pink, so I just added some more of that shell pink, it's called, just to kind of tone it down. And that's what's nice is you can, with the stuff that you have, you can mix colors and just get the tone that you like. And you're going to see me bring it up to that pink pattern paper, and it's almost like a perfect match. And I love that. I'm going to take one of the Amy Tangerine templates, and it's like a flower. And I'm going to put the modeling paste through it, and I'm going to put the flower on a couple of places on the layout, and it's sort of going to be the grounding point for my embellishment clusters. And that's the fun thing is, to start off your embellishment cluster, I've said before that I start off with the biggest piece of embellishment, and then I build on top of that. And you can vary your sizes and everything, and even your shapes. And this time around, I wanted to use modeling paste. So that's going to be the start of my embellishment cluster. So you can see it. It's going to stick out right behind, because I took a few pattern papers and I cut them into fishtail banners. And so right above that, I made sure that the flower was going to be there. And that's where the embellishment cluster is going to begin. So now I want to use some of that leftover pattern paper. It was the 6x6 pattern paper pad from Pink Paisley, and this one was the one where in the background was a whole bunch of little tickets to cut apart. And again, I'm trying to use every little bit up of every pattern paper. It's okay with me to put embellishments in my stash, but pattern paper, embellishments is small. So I can put it with other embellishment packages, or I have a little tray on my desk. I kind of throw it in there, and then when I just need that one little thing, I can just quickly rummage through that and, choose something and go with it. But pattern paper, it can add up really quickly. So instead of, once every 6 months going through it and just chucking it, or trying to come up with pattern paper or layouts using scraps, I do it every time I get to an end of a kit. At the end of a kit, I try to figure out what I can do to use up as many scraps as possible, and I just use it at that point. And I find for myself, the more I use the kit, the more I get familiar with it, and it's easier for me to kind of put colors together, and I know all the embellishments I have. And I find that although this page kind of took me a long time, and I think it's because of drawing time and that kind of stuff, and you certainly wouldn't call me speedy on this one. An hour and 22 minutes it took me to make it. But a lot of the past few layouts, it was 50 some minutes, and I'm not one that I get a layout done in 30 minutes anyway. I can't. I like to take stuff and move it around and try to figure out, where should I move it here, and then I like to kind of see if I layer this on top of that, does it look better than if that is layered on top of this, So that takes a bit of time. And but compared to before I started doing process video, it used to take me days to do layouts because I would work on it for a bit and and walk away and come back. And I have a scrap room, so the stuff was able to just stay there. But I find ever since I started process videos, I commit a whole lot faster. So for me, an hour and 20 minutes, an hour for a layout is actually quite fast when you've, brought it down from days to an hour. So it is kind of fast for what I was used to. I'm getting so many more layouts pumped out in a year, because I know the camera's rolling. I can't just sit there and stare at it for an hour. I got to be doing stuff. And I find that if you just commit, you get through the pages a little faster. And if not every page is going to be a work of art, and I'm okay with that. Not that I, work on making a crappy page. That's not what I'm saying. But not everything is going to be something that you're going to love. Just love it. And that's okay. And you know what? When later on, when people are flipping through your scrapbooks, they're not going to be going through and saying, "Oh my goodness, come here, look at that. Isn't that just the most awful thing that you've ever seen in your life? Why in the world did she put this in there?" Instead of, they're going to be looking at it and saying, "Oh, look, that's when we did this, or this is what happened, and that was so funny, and we had so much fun." I think that's more what the conversation is going to be about. Or if it's someone that, in future generation, they're going to say, "Who's that, Mummy?" And then they can say, "Well, that's your grandmother, Katie." Like you just, that's more what the conversation is going to be about. I just start laughing because I can just imagine when Katie, years from now, listens to this video, that she's going to be just laughing that I called her a grandma. But, someday she will be. And maybe with her kids, she'll go through this. Because, your kids, the kids love the pages and stuff. They know I'm on YouTube. They think it's pretty cool that Mom is on YouTube and she has like X amount of followers and all this stuff. But I know they don't listen to the videos. They have really busy lives. But later on, you know that if YouTube is still there and the videos are still available. By the way, I save all of the videos, but what I plan on doing is I'm going to put a QR code on all the pages for all the videos. And I know that's going to take me forever. I'm just going to figure out how to do it. And then maybe next year, that'll be my goal for the year to start, figuring out how to do. I know I looked at it before and it was really simple. It's just going to be time consuming, and do QR codes for all my videos. And then I'll put them all in the same place on all the pages. And then with their iPhones or whatever, they can just scan it and then it'll bring them to the YouTube video. And so not only will I have the pages, they can have the stories, how I saw the stories of, our days together. And so anyway, I'm going to talk about the picture now. So this is another picture of when we were at the zoo, and this is my youngest daughter. She's 21. And is she 21? Yes, she's 21. And we had gone to the zoo with Mason, and herself and her boyfriend came. And we were just walking along, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, turtle! There was just a random little turtle just minding his own business in the grass. And there was a place like quite far away for this turtle to be on his own. But there was a place that there was supposed to be turtles. And when we went there was only one turtle. So I bet you that there was quite a few turtles that flew the coop. So anyway, she went over and she was just kind of looking at him, and I took pictures. And she just thought he was so cute, because when they were kids, they always wanted turtles. And, I knew they're really cute when they're little. And then when they get bigger, then, people can't keep them. And I don't even think they sell them in pet shops anymore because of that, because people didn't want to keep them, which is kind of sad. So we never did, we wanted pets that we could keep till they, die naturally, kind of thing. And so anyway, so she went to the turtle, and then Mason, I see turtle too. And we were saying, no, no, no. So anyway, Katie just went over to it for a little bit, and a bunch of people took pictures of her next to the turtle. And then her boyfriend, Caitlin, don't touch it because it's, they carry salmonella, so you need to go wash your hands. So he's like the super Mr. Precautious. So they had a place where you could feed the, and she didn't touch him very much because she didn't want to disturb him, but she just kind of touched him with the tip of her fingers. And so she went over there and washed, they had disinfectant. So she disinfected her hands, and he wasn't scared or anything because he didn't even poke his head in, because like I said, she wasn't being aggressive towards him or anything. She just thought he was so cute. So now the title of this page, I'm going to use the thickers that came in the kit. And so, we all were like, hello, Mr. Turtle. So that's what the title is going to be. Hello, Mr. Turtle. And then with the leftover of the modeling paste, I used the template that said sweet, fun, neat, love. And I'm going to use 3 of the words, and I just kind of cut around it with my scissors, and I scattered it around the layout. And I just added whatever embellishments that were pink. I did take some hearts, enamel hearts from my stash, because I didn't have too many embellishments left. I had that little triangle that said the sweet life. I had a few chipboard stickers, and so I used those, but there wasn't too much, so I didn't mind using a few things from my stash. I did use a Dear Lizzie washi tape that were the stripes in the dark pink and the light pink, and I kind of made little banners and kind of put them throughout the layout. And I had a hard time. I didn't know where I wanted to put the title. I decided to put it on the very bottom of that pattern paper because it kind of screamed that that's where the title should be. And then I kind of started at the end, and it drove me crazy that what was left of the pink pattern paper to the right wasn't the same distance as the left. So I moved everything over so that it was equal on each side. So sometimes I'm a little quirky like that. I like things to be totally equal, so I'll spend that extra time. And this is going to be another layout that there's no pictures because I am doing some power voicing, voice-overing to get everything done before we leave. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.